Hello, it's me again. I just wanted to talk to you today about something that a lot of people have asked me, and that is as you're getting on in life, how do you cope with the thoughts of dying and the thoughts of not having so many more years left, and a few other things that worry people about death. And I thought, well, I've got a good story to tell you that I think might help a lot of people. I don't know whether you know, but I actually read the tarot cards. I've been doing it all my life, and I used to read it professionally when we were living in Spain. And I must say that in Spain, I think I actually read for, on average, about 10 to 15 people a night. Very quick, short readings, but I did do a lot in Spain, and I had a lot of very, very profound things that I saw in the cards that turned out to be very true. And this one time, the one story that really stays with me a lot, and that you may find can help you a lot, and that's about a lady who came for a reading. There was a lady, an older lady and a younger lady, and a little child, a little toddler. And they introduced themselves, and it was the mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law and the little child. And I was reading their cards, and everything looked fine, and I was just carrying on as normal, reading the cards. And then, for some reason, something in my head just kept saying, "I know." And it just kept on and on. Every time I put a card down, I'd get, "I know, I know." And it just, this male voice, very distant male voice, kept saying, "I know." And I just couldn't understand why that I was getting this in my head all the time. So in the end, I said, right, that's it. I'm really sorry. I've got to stop. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's all about. But somebody keeps saying in my head, "I know." So as I said that, suddenly this older lady and the other lady, they both started to cry. And they were holding each other and crying. And I said, "Oh my goodness, you're going to have to tell me what it's all about. What's going on?" So they told me what was going on. And what happened was, obviously the younger lady had been trying to have children. She'd been with her husband for about 10 years, and they'd been trying for 10 years to have children, and nothing ever happened. They tried everything and nothing ever happened. And they were very, very disappointed about that. Her husband, more than her probably, she said, he really, really wanted her to have children. Anyway, went to work this one day. She'd sort of had a funny feeling and decided to have a little test. And she took a test, and she found out that she was pregnant. But what she did was she decided not to tell him over the phone. And she just said to him, "See you later. I'm going to cook us a nice meal tonight." So she went to the shops and she bought some really nice things and steak and whatever else that she wanted, that he liked. And she got everything ready, prepared, so that she could do a really nice meal for him when he came home. So he rang her later in the day and he said, "Okay, I'm on my way home." And she said, "Great." She said, "We're going to have a nice meal tonight. I've got your favourite food and everything." Anyway, on the way home, he was killed in a car crash. So she thought he never ever knew that she was pregnant and that she was going to have a baby. And she was absolutely racked with guilt because she could have told him over the phone, but she didn't. She wanted to tell him over a lovely meal in that evening, and of course it didn't work out like that because he was killed. And they believed that this message I was getting was him saying, I know that you were pregnant. I know that you've got such a lovely little baby." And to this day, I still believe that that's true, and I still believe that it was him talking to me. I don't often get things happen. I read the cards and I just sort of read them, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. They usually work. But where this one occasion, I really do feel that I had a message from somebody who really desperately wanted to get this message through and interrupted everything just to get this message through. So for me, that really helps me with my feelings about death, because I really firmly believe, because of the way I can read the cards and the way I've had lots of profound things happen, I really believe there is more to stuff, more to life, if you like, more to life than death. The other thing I wanted to talk about as well, which can, even if you're very, very skeptic and you don't really believe in these things, that's fine. But one of the things that I do think about as well is that I think about how long I want to live for. And my mum lived till she was 90, and she lived all her life with a valve not working in her heart. And at some ripe old age, the doctors decided, oh, we've got to sort this out. And of course, it didn't work. And then she ended up dying. And I think if they'd have left her alone, she'd have probably lived another 10 years. She was strong as an ox. So I believe I'll live till I'm about 100, especially now because I'm vegan and I feel healthy, and I am quite healthy for my age, and I hopefully look a bit younger than my age. So I firmly believe that I will live till I'm about 100. So if you work that out, that means I was born in 1950. I'll be dying in 2050. Now, 2050 is a long way from today. There's many, many, many years to come. So that stops me feeling that I'm on the brink, that I'm old, that I'm going to die soon, that I might, my cat might outlive me, things like that. It stops me feeling melancholy about all those things, because I think, well, I'm going to live till I'm 100, and when I'm 100, that'll be in 2050, and that is a long way from here. So that helps me and makes me feel a little bit happy about the future. And also another thing it does as well, I don't know whether you're like me, but you might start something and you might think, oh, I wish I'd started this years ago. It's no good getting into this now, and, end of my life and all this. Never ever think like that. Always think you can always start something new. I've seen people that have gone to university at sort of 70. You can always start something new and enjoy any part of your life right to the end of your life. So just remember that if you really plan on living a long life, think about that day, years to come, how long that is going to be, how much longer you've got to live. And also remember that I firmly believe that there is something after you die. There is something that is there after you die. And I can tell more stories, many, many more stories of things that have happened to me through the tarot. So I really think you should try your hardest to feel positive about your life now and positive about what will happen afterwards. I know it's hard, but get into that mindset, and you'll live a better life now, because you'll stop all that melancholy. You'll stop all that going to bed and lying in bed at night and thinking, I can't sort of believe that I'll be gone. Things like that. Get rid of all those feelings. And it's easy to do. Just remember my words that there is something after, because I've had the experiences to prove it.